Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here on the front porch. Thanks for joining. I could hide beneath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but 6 rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. The shaving razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me like a white knight on a steed. Now you know how happy I can be. And now good times come to them with not $1 to spend. But how much, baby, can we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? It is a nice song to start. Thank you, Ethel. Thanks for joining me. For those who are new to this shtick, I'm Eric Harrison. I've had in mind some songs I wanted to play for you this week. And it occurred to me yesterday that there's a common theme among that handful of songs I wanted to play. And that common theme was various forms of desire. Unrequited, requited, frustrated, joyous, agonizing, all of it. So that song I chose to start off because I could have done any number of early Beatles songs, but I think the chorus of that song is so transporting and the message of that song is so about the early desire for life of a young person. It might have been when I first heard it. I was 10 or 11, sitting on a shag carpet in suburbia on the Monkees show, and it just, to me, captures the promise of being young and realizing there is so much that lies ahead. And that's a really hard emotion to capture in a genuine way in music. As I always do, I Googled the writer, a guy named John Stewart, who was in the Kingston Trio. Guess how many albums he put out after becoming a solo artist in the late 60s, so until he died in 2008. So we're talking about over the course of about 38 years, the man put out 48 full-length albums. And he wrote other songs that were hits too. Incredibly talented dude. He wrote that one in, he said, 15 minutes, and he thought it was one of his weaker songs. And sometimes a person can just be so very wrong. So I was thinking, this is a little pretentious, but if I can't be pretentious now, when can I be pretentious? I was thinking I would sort of chronologically chart what I consider to be the different kinds of longing slash desire songs that can span a lifetime. And I think this is the first song I ever wrote with a vague expression of desire to it. I had written plenty of songs about frustration. I wrote what I knew. And desire and longing, it's the flip side of that. This is called Your Secret Place. Recall that sinking feeling. I was drowning late last week as the auctioneers rolled down our block, as the tear rolled down her cheek. They'll make my bed and drug my head, but I'm too tired to sleep. A promise left unspoken in a room I'd kill to keep. Crying, uncle, 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 crying, I will not go down with the bloodless fist clenched in the air, feet stapled to the ground. It's the left and right and up and down until you're down and out. There's poetry in everything. You've got to tear it out. Take me to your secret place. Tell me what you want. Take me to your secret place. Tell me what you want. Soak my soul in violins, the violence of me. Kisses crueler than a curse. I forge a new freeway. Trail of tears across the ocean. Trail of sand across the beach. There's poetry in everything. Sometimes it's out of reach. Take me to your secret place. Tell me what you want. Take me to your secret place. Tell me what you want. Under sky wrapped up in neon, too soon for cash. Will they dish you out like garbage? Will you just take out the trash? It's the left and right and up and down until you're down and out. There's poetry in everything. You've got to tear it, got to tear it. Take me to your secret place. Tell me what you want. what you want. Thank you, Chris. Thanks, everybody. To my friends I can see. Hola, Calirico. Hola, amigo. American, only speaks English. I'm sorry. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Lens, thank you. Joyce Mara, thank you. And my friends on YouTube, who I can't see right now because of the limits of my technology, thank you also for tuning in. So, following the path of the stages of desire and how we experience it, I thought I would present to you this song by the Shakespearean love poet Peter Townshend. From his first proper solo album, Empty Glass. They say that love often passes in a second. You could never catch it all. Though I'm hanging on to you as though eternity beckoned, it's clear that the match is rough. Common sense would tell me not to try and continue, but I'm after a piece of the diamond in you. So keep an eye open, my spirit ain't broken. Your love's so incredible, your body's so edible. You give me an overdose of love. Just a little is enough. I'm like a connoisseur of champagne cognac. The perfume really beats the taste. I eat an oyster and I feel the contact, though more than one would be a waste. Some people want an endless line, it's true, but all I need to have a little time with you. The smile sets me reeling, your kiss is like stealing, your love is like heroin, this addict is mellowing. I can't pretend that I'm tough. I'm like a sailor heading into the sea. There's a gale blowing in my face. The high winds scare me, but I need the breeze. I can't see for any other place. Life would be so easy on the other tack, but even a hurricane won't turn me back. You might be an island on a distant horizon. The little I see looks like heaven to me. I don't care if the ocean gets rough, 'cause just a little is enough. Common sense would tell me not to try and continue, but I'm after a piece of the diamond in you. So keep an eye open, my spirit ain't broken. Your love's so incredible, your body is so edible. Give me an overdose of love. And just a little is enough. Just a little is enough. I never paid attention to the words of that song until about 30 years after I first heard it. I'm like a connoisseur of champagne cognac. The perfume nearly beats the taste. I eat an oyster and I feel the contact, but more than one would be a waste. That is just such a perfect metaphor for those early stages of move slowly. It's fine china we're walking on. Hey, welcome. So back to my own art, because really every song I write, pretty much every song I write, is a pivot from another song by somebody else that I love. So this is a song about three complex, strong feelings that occur in rapid succession that probably everybody listening to this has experienced. The first is when desire ends up attaching to an object, a person that you don't even know. When you are just struck by a face and it leaves you speechless. And then the next emotion is that's not going to happen. And the emotion that follows in rapid succession, which most of us would not admit to, is I hope there's something really, really wrong with that person. Like, I hope she's into the occult, or that, you know, that she has really bad breath, or something's really, really off. Because we need that as a defense mechanism to mitigate against the reality that it is not to be ours. Either that or go insane. This is called her bewitching face. Her bewitching face awakened him one foggy day. Carelessly she walked it through. His mind was led astray back to a room full of empty clatter, where nothing mattered except the knowledge he had to have. Her bewitching face did not belong to her at all. Carelessly she glided through. He was left to crawl in his own skin. He couldn't reach her. She hadn't seen him. Maybe time would teach her. Her heart all locked in. I just wanna know she hurts too. I just wanna see her face in you, bewitching face. Her bewitching face was here before you came around. It tortured your father, drove his father far from town, flown away. Her eyes are shooting sparks. You're still in the dark with sirens singing, and your ears are ringing. I just wanna know she hurts too. I just wanna see her face in you, bewitching face. Comes from a place beyond all time, mocks you into masquerade, peddler's pantomime to decay. You wanna retrieve her, you don't have the machinery. You wanna believe her, and a dime store mystery. I just wanna know she hurts too. I just wanna see her face in you. I just wanna know she hurts too. I just wanna see her face in you, bewitching face. And out goes the light. I thought I had it switched on so it would last through the evening, but that should do it. A lone face in the dark. This is really for listening. Who wants to look at the same old crap anyway? So that was her bewitching face from my last album, Mercy Road, which you can hear on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. Available through Amazon, all the usual suspects, etc. So, because we are living in tumultuous times, to say the least, it is, I believe, considered bad form to overly advertise. So I will just tuck into this a reference to the fact that my new song, A Home Is Not a Hologram, my new single, A Home Is Not a Hologram, is out on Apple and Spotify and Amazon and everywhere else. Enough about that. This is one from the forthcoming album Gratitude. This could be easy in some other place or time. We'd walk through the garden and you put your hand in mine. Vanity will crumble where she lies. Bravery will disappear, our pride. Finally the truth will out, and we won't care who knows. I need to hold you now, in or without our clothes. Take me to a field where we can run. Burn away the past, we're flying straight into the sun. I want you, make it all feel so new. I want you, tell me now, what do I have to do? Trembling beside you, a moment is all we dare. Breathe you in like oxygen, the brush of your cheek or hair. Lover come across, nothing to hide. All is warm and open here inside. I want you, make it all feel brand new. I want you, tell me now, what do I have to do? I've tasted your kiss like secret wine, your face a vision to enshrine. A man in my shoes runs a light, and all the papers lie tonight. And falling over you is the news of the day. Angels fall like rain, and love is only heaven away. do I have to do? This could be easy in some other place or time. Thank you. Boy, is that bright. I got a headache. From the roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so desire, which underlies so much of the great songs that I love. Desire can be frustrated. Sometimes desire can be satisfied only for you to realize there was not much there in the first place. I was projecting what I needed onto this poor person who couldn't possibly live up to my expectations. I had no right to do that. All the great love poets, Andrew Marvell, talk about romantic love as projecting yourself. It's egotistical. But that wouldn't stop a guy like me from being a little nasty about it. In the 90s, I read an interview in maybe it was, late 90s, an interview in Musician magazine about the great John Hyatt, and it was a series of interviews of all the people for whom he'd written songs. One of them was Iggy Pop, who had a huge hit with the song Something Wild. Hey, Corey. And she said, and Iggy said about John, you know, even the most straight-ahead, blue-eyed soul, folk-based song from John has got a little bit of sickness to it. Because if it doesn't have a little bit of sickness, I'm not interested in it. That was Iggy's version of it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. And that expression stuck with me, and I think it describes most of the music I like, most of the people I like. If you're my friend, chances are you're a little demented. Thank you for being that way. And so I wrote this song after a blind date with someone who seemed promising, but well, you know, she didn't laugh at my jokes, and that's a capital crime in my world. You know, I lob so many over the plate. All you got to do is laugh at 1 out of 10. She laughed at 0. So obviously, she didn't have the sickness I needed, and I wrote this song about that experience. Sitting in a safe cafe, talking with her hands, I'll be wound up to unravel you. Lonely victim of fashion, or was it just bad luck that wrapped you up in this gauzy haze of blue? Reaching for a coffee cup, a signal or a sign. What would I have if you were mine? Saccharine or sugar, a platitude or rhyme? Would there be a glow beneath the shine? You don't wanna talk about not giving in or giving out. A little bit of sickness might do the girl some good. Time to try the thing she never understood. A little bit of sickness and a hand to hold you down. Saddle up, give fight to an appetite, and you won't drown in the dark. Daddy never cut you down. You're not hurting, I don't mind. all that beauty buys. Passion never ran so free, fighting time and gravity. A little bit of sickness might do the girl some good. Time to try the things she never understood. A little bit of sickness and a hand to hold you down. Saddle up, give flight to an appetite, and you won't drown. Dangerous to wake a girl sleepwalking. Were you sleeping or awake when you grabbed that ring? Fell into all mediocrity would bring. Everything your mother said. In your armor so severe, she won't ever find you here, where you never feel to fear the touch, a bleeding heart and a crying crutch. And when you find that love's gone home, the crumbling soil, her seed unsown, and easy answers will not fit. You could use a little bit of sickness. Might do the girl some good. Saddle up, give flight to an appetite, and you won't drown. Saddle up, give flight to an appetite, and you won't drown. Saddle up, give flight to an appetite, and you won't drown. Thank you. Boy, do I miss my band. Tonight was to be. Let's goose this light a little bit so I can see in front of me. Tonight was to be our world premiere in Brooklyn, of all places. I've been nervous about playing Brooklyn for months. So nervous that I grew a beard, because everybody knows to be accepted in Brooklyn, you have to have a beard or a man bun, or you have to have a favorite IPA that's really obscure. And I didn't have any of those things. Man buns, there would be too much of a Jew-fro involved. IPAs, no thank you. I'm a gin and tonic man. And the beard, so now I should just frickin' shave it. But anyway, back to the topic. You know, I'm gonna fire the lighting crew. You know what happens, it's oversensitive, but not oversensitive enough to stay on, so every time a car drives past, the light turns on, and now I'm blinded. This is a professional production here. Billy Bob Thornton actually apologized the other night during the John Prine tribute for not having hair and makeup. Like, you know, Billy Bob, nothing personal, but we're here to look at Casey Musgraves, not you, bro. Did you watch the John Prine tribute show? It was great. The best parts, of course, were Fiona and John himself. And I wrote a couple of these songs with Prine in mind. I'll get to that in a bit. So, working along chronologically, because my ambitions are pretty grandiose tonight. So, we've covered Young Desire, that formless kind, where just life is so exciting that it can be overwhelming. That was Daydream Believer. I have yet to write a song that captures that emotion. Not too many human beings have. You know who did? The late, great Adam Schlesinger. I was thinking about that today. That song he wrote for That Thing You Do. That really captured it. That song really was like the work of a student of the great music of the early 60s, but it wasn't just an intellectual study. It wasn't just an intellectual project. His heart and soul were in that, and he captured the beauty and the joy and the madness of youth in that song. I can't do all those chords, otherwise I would try that one tonight. I have a tough time with my own. But anyway, so moving through a lifetime of ups and downs and the concept of desire, and I'm resisting playing anything from the great Bob Dylan album of the same name, because, as my beautiful wife would say, it would be too on the nose. Like looking into the camera would be too on the nose. That creeps people out. I noticed that the other night during the Prime thing. All these wonderful techniques I'm learning. So the idea of a lot of people get to a point in life, if your desires are fulfilled, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're on your own and you're wondering, do I still have that emotional machinery? Do I still have the wherewithal to go through that again? Do I still have that spark? Is it even worth it? And speaking of Dylan, I kind of wanted to address that out here in suburbia and, grappling with middle age. Not really grappling, just being there. And probably the most mysterious of all the characters he's created, Bob, that is the sad-eyed lady of the lowlands. We know that he wrote it about Sarah, but that still doesn't tell us who this sad-eyed lady of the lowlands is, and it certainly doesn't tell us who she became. And so, while thinking about that, I was sitting on this very porch waiting for my daughter. It was a day as beautiful as today. I was waiting for my daughter to come down because I really wanted to go on a bike ride. And I started, she's in a bedroom, she won't come out. And then I thought, how about that Dylan idea? And it kind of kicked in. Initially it was, I don't remember what it was initially, but thank you, Scott Cariff. Why don't you flash my lyrics on the screen, dude? That's what I need. Staying up for days at the Chelsea Hotel, writing sad-eyed lady of the lowlands for you. Sarah, oh, Sarah. See what you did? I was being professional and I just... Stop talking to me, Scott Cariff. You're too big an influence. As I was saying. So I wanted to imagine this Adrian as Bob's sad-eyed lady of the lowlands if she got divorced, moved to the suburbs, had a couple of kids, maybe then she got divorced, was on her own, raises the kids, does a wonderful job, is a wonderful friend, is a wonderful mother, had this artistic spark in her that is kind of, she's worried it's gone. And I have to say that I associate, until somewhat recently, I've had that nagging worry with every song I've written, like maybe that's the last one. And so I saw a little bit of myself in that, and I kind of created her as a beautiful suburbanite who doesn't realize she's still got it all and can still have a lot more living. And I couldn't write all these songs about desire, unrequited and requited, if I were not engaged in emotion, recollected in tranquility, and if I didn't have the greatest wife in the world. So there. All you ladies, stay back. Because of coronavirus, and I'm happily married. Any idea how much these bouncers cost? She's in the bedroom, she won't come out. She won't answer our calls until we shout. Now it's her birthday, all hands on deck. This intervention's gonna end in a wreck. Still we'll try to understand and hope to God she's gonna grab somebody's hand. Her kids are older, all run away. We've talked it over and there's nothing more to say. Her finest watercolor in a golden frame hangs in the hallway calling her back to the game. You can find it once again, that empty canvas like a long lost friend. Adrian, it's the momentary flashes where you can see all you were and you could be. Better than anyone else here, and we won't leave till you agree that it's you who hold the key. Now your ex-husband and his ex-wife, every boyfriend tells you how to live your life. Apparatchiks and corporate clones, don't pretend that you're no better on your own. Still waiting down the stairs to write an epitaph for those affairs. Adrian, sad-eyed lady of the suburb, all the time over you like I should be. You forget, though we're waiting to remind you, and we won't leave till you agree. Please release your grip on me. Horn solo. Picture the guy from Penny Lane striding into a London recording studio, just for me and you. Adrian, it's the momentary flashes where you can see all you were and you could be. You should know, though we're waiting to remind you, and we won't leave till you agree. Adrian, sad-eyed lady of the suburb, all the time over you like I should be. Though we're waiting to remind you, and we won't leave till you agree. Please release your grip on me. Please release your grip on me. Adrian, I keep coming back to you and you never disappoint me. I really am very happy with that song. Really happy. How do I turn this light down? Jesus, this is killing me. I learned Instagramming from teenage girls who haven't taught me all the tricks. I'm not wearing foundation or contour. Yes, I know what those things are now. Anyway, thank you so much for humoring my pretentious side. As I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do themes every Saturday, and even if you don't care and if nobody watches, it's a time capsule. I don't write in a diary, so this is really it for me. And I do appreciate you, those of you who are tuning in live or watching afterwards, and the really all these nice comments I've gotten from all over the world. Let's check in here. Yes, it's a good thing I warned the ladies, Scott. Wise ass. As I've said a few weeks ago, $20 to grow a man bun, dude. 2,000 maybe. Thank you, Corey. I am following the proper protocol that I was taught a couple months ago. Don't say hi to people watching unless they write notes to you, because that way you might feel obliged to keep watching, or you might feel guilty when you're swiping to watch something else. So thank you to those who are watching, and I appreciate it. There we go, in the dark once again. Can somebody please drive by? Help, I've fallen and I can't turn on the lights. Whatever. Okay, so this is a new song I have played a couple times. It does accomplish something that I have always found very hard, and that is writing about joyous, requited love with zero regret and zero sarcasm. And I did write this under the influence of the late great John Prine while he was struggling with COVID that would take his life. My friend Kevin gave me an assignment to write a John Prine song, and this came out pretty quickly. It's called Till You Make Me Home, and I am looking at a cheat sheet because sometimes I forget the words. It's a sing-along. I caught a glimpse behind the counter, so this is where I'll say I found her. The day we met, she didn't say a word. She looks up and I'm a goner. I feel the heat when I don't wanna, losing my grip on thoughts she never heard. You say it's lust, I say it's deeper. You feel it strong, I need you weaker, revving me up from zero to full glow. I found a girl, I wanna keep her. I wrote it down, read 'em and weep her. Gonna wait right here, I don't wanna roll till you make me home. Bicycle spokes caught my shoelace. I took a dive right into her place. She took me in, put some JP on. We lock eyes across a bandage. I feel a spark, I gotta manage to turn this sprint into a marathon. You say it's lust, I say it's deeper. You feel it strong, I need you weaker. Navigate your heart like a catacomb. I found a girl, I wanna keep her. I wrote it down, read 'em and weep her. From a gentle breeze to a full cyclone, till you make me whole. You make me whole. Let's take it back behind the counter, or tell our kid of that encounter. Watch her laugh, maybe roll her eyes. Through all the doubt and all the damage, how we say it's deeper. You're feeling strong, I need you weaker. You gave it good till my mind was blown. I found a girl, I wanna keep her. I wrote it down, read 'em and weep her. Gonna wait right here, I don't wanna roll till you make me whole. You make me whole till you make me whole. Yodeling. Just call me Hank Sr. or Jr., whichever one yodels the worst. That's the one I am. So this next one is a real challenge. And I got some deep things to say about it. Whether the light stays on or off, I don't care. Hang on 1 second here. Hello again. So this is the somber part. We've all experienced death by the time we're in our 50s. That was called Till You Make Me Home. Unless you were asking, when you say what was that called, this is called a capo. I don't know. Anyway, death. In the midst of a pandemic, having lost people we love, I am willing to reckon that half of the people listening to this, whenever they may be listening to it, have lost somebody they love, or know somebody close who has lost somebody they love. We have family, friends, and losing John Prine, losing Adam Schlesinger, who is a young man, 52 years old. And I thought about that, and I imagined Adam in a hospital bed, able to collect his thoughts and write something. And I imagine what I would like to feel when that happens to me, hopefully a very long time from now. And it does fit this theme of desire that I wanted to talk and sing about tonight, because a lot of the people I love write about how it was all such foolishness until it became something real. And that's what A Home Is Not a Hologram is about. That's what as much of my songwriting is about as I'm capable of doing, celebrating what's real over bullshit and flash. That in part is why my appeal is very selective in the Americana world, and also because I don't sing affectedly, but enough of that silly, unnecessary bitterness. Back to my point. So, David Bowie wrote a whole album about his imminent demise while he was dying, and he recorded it while he was dying. Warren Zevon did it. Both of them were beautiful. They're rocking in the backyard. I gotta try to keep my focus. Next, what was I saying? That was She Loves You. Leonard Cohen talking about the desires of his past. On his last album, You Want It Darker, which he wrote, every frickin' song is about death, and it's still somehow a beautiful, uplifting album. He talks about the desires from his life and the life force, what led him to his various affairs and dramas. He called it that wretched beast. That wretched beast is finally slain. And I thought to a Loudon Wainwright song called Handful of Dust, which if you like this kind of music that I do and you are not aware of the album History by Loudon Wainwright, I strongly encourage you to listen to it from start to finish. It is, in my opinion, the best Loudon Wainwright album. And he has this song at the end of it called A Handful of Dust. You got thunder in your lovin' and thunder in your lovin', and lightning in your lust. Man ain't nothing but a handful of dust. It's just a beautiful song, and what makes it doubly beautiful is that his father had written it, and he grabbed it from his dad and added to it and put it on his album shortly after his father had died. And it's just about how the vanities and things we get obsessed over while we're here almost always don't mean anything. I say that while seeing the cascade of outrage that is the Facebook world, and how it can get people twisted up. And anyway, off of my soapbox. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate the encouragement. But here's the thing. I wrote this song, Hot Teardrops and Cold Compresses. It's some prime, definitely some prime. And it's the hardest to sing of any song I have ever written. So I'm going to do it slowly. Oh no, wait, there's an instrumental intro. Here we go, B minor. Oh, 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 oh. Hot teardrops and cold compresses, fever dream of my baby's dresses, thinking of what came before, lying here, wanting more memories that we were making. All the while, time was taking what he needs, will only guess. Hot teardrops and cold compresses. I see shouts, I hear flowers, I smell blinding light for hours. All my senses fall away, I got nothing left to say. If I did, you wouldn't hear. I'm so sorry, glad you're near. Speak to me and hold my hand. Tell me when this ship will land. With hot teardrops and cold compresses, fever dream of a baby's dresses, thinking of what came before. Memories, wanting more memories that we were making. All the while, time was taking what he needs, will only guess. Hot teardrops and cold compresses. Socrates and Dave Thoreau, Walden Pond, I feel your glow. Zevon said, enjoy each sandwich. Now I get it, I can manage. Preacher, chase me as I climb. Your wisdom ain't worth a dime. Soon I'll be across that line. Gonna burn one with giant pride. And hot teardrops and cold compresses. It's a dream of my baby's dresses, thinking of what came before. Lying here, wanting more memories that we were making. All the while, time was taking what he needs, will only guess. Hot teardrops, cold compresses. Oh, 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 So everybody's got their time, and when the Lord decides it's mine, don't grieve about a song unsung. Here it is, my will was done. I hear shouts and I smell flowers. I feel blind and love it's ours, and as I pass I'll hold your hand. finally the ship will land. And hot teardrops and cold compresses, fever dream of my baby's dresses, thinking of what came before, lying here, wanting more memories that we were making. All the while time was taking what he needs, I'll only guess. Hot teardrops, it's hot teardrops and cold compresses. Thank you. As the lights go down in this New Jersey town, the people are in for the evening. A hit song written by Jon Stewart, who wrote the first song we did tonight. Google it. And have a great week. And thank you. And I'll see you next Saturday, I hope. Send your request this week. Have a great week.